I want to talk to you today about something that develops so gradually that it's easy to miss or explain away. Yet that can be one of the most useful early signs of a heart or other health problem. A noticeable drop in what you can do before getting winded, finding yourself short of breath or tired doing things that used to be easy, and why a real decline in your exercise tolerance is worth heeding. Because we tend to explain away getting winded more easily as just getting older, being unfit, or having a bad spell. And sometimes that's true. Yet a genuine, progressive decline in your ability to exert yourself before becoming breathless or tired can be an important early sign of a heart condition like heart failure or coronary disease, or of a lung or other problem. So, understanding when reduced exercise tolerance matters is genuinely worthwhile. So today I want to explain what a drop in exercise tolerance means, the heart and lung causes, how to tell a meaningful decline from ordinary variation in aging, why heeding it matters, and what to do in partnership with your doctor. And I'll keep this calm and practical, because while some change with age is normal, a genuine progressive decline is a useful early sign worth acting on in partnership with your doctor. This is about heeding an easily missed but valuable early sign. Let me start with what a drop in exercise tolerance means, because understanding it frames everything. Your exercise tolerance is how much physical exertion you can do, walking, climbing stairs, activities, before becoming breathless or tired. It reflects how well your heart, lungs, and body deliver oxygen to your muscles during exertion. So a genuine decline in exercise tolerance, finding you get breathless or tired doing things that didn't used to trouble you or can't do as much as before, means your body's capacity to meet the demands of exertion has fallen, which can reflect a problem with the heart, the lungs, or elsewhere. This is why a real progressive decline in exercise tolerance is a meaningful sign. It's a window onto how well your heart and lungs are coping. So, a drop in exercise tolerance means your capacity to meet the demands of exertion has fallen, reflecting how well your heart, lungs, and body deliver oxygen. So, a genuine decline can signal a heart, lung, or other problem. So, understanding that exercise tolerance reflects heart and lung capacity is the foundation. So, reduced exercise tolerance reflects fallen capacity. So a real decline is a window onto your heart and lungs. Let me explain the heart causes because they're central. Several heart problems can cause a decline in exercise tolerance, often gradually and early. Heart failure, as I've discussed, where the heart doesn't pump efficiently, characteristically causes breathlessness and fatigue on exertion that worsen as it progresses. So a declining ability to exert yourself before getting breathless is a classic feature, often an early one. Coronary artery disease, narrowed heart arteries, can cause angina or breathlessness on exertion, limiting what you can do, as I've discussed. Heart rhythm problems and valve problems can reduce exercise capacity too. So a gradual decline in exercise tolerance, getting breathless or tired on exertion that used to be easy, is a recognized and often early sign of heart conditions, which is exactly why it's worth heeding. So, heart causes of declining exercise tolerance include heart failure, coronary artery disease, and rhythm or valve problems, for which breathlessness and fatigue on exertion are recognized, often early signs. So, the heart causes are central and often early. So, declining exercise tolerance can be an early heart sign. Let me note the lung and other causes because they matter too. A decline in exercise tolerance can also reflect lung and other problems. Lung conditions like COPD, which reduces the lung's capacity, or other lung problems, characteristically cause breathlessness on exertion and reduced exercise tolerance, often progressive. Anemia, the low blood count I've discussed, reduces oxygen delivery, causing breathlessness and fatigue on exertion. Being significantly deconditioned or overweight reduces exercise tolerance, though this is improvable. An underactive thyroid and other conditions can contribute, so a decline in exercise tolerance can reflect lung conditions, anemia, deconditioning, thyroid problems, or other causes, as well as the heart, so it warrants assessment to find the cause. So lung and other causes include lung conditions, anemia, deconditioning, and thyroid problems, so declining exercise tolerance warrants assessment to find the cause. So lung and other causes matter too. So reduced exercise tolerance has several possible causes. Let me help you tell a meaningful decline from ordinary aging and variation, because that's the practical heart of this. While some change with age is normal, certain features suggest a decline is meaningful and worth checking. A meaningful decline is genuine and progressive, a real, ongoing reduction in what you can do over weeks or months, not just a bad day or a temporary dip with an illness. More than expected for your age and fitness, a clear change from your own recent baseline. Accompanied by other symptoms, breathlessness at rest or lying flat, ankle swelling, fatigue, chest discomfort on exertion, palpitations or dizziness, which point toward a heart or other cause, and not explained by an obvious temporary cause like a passing illness or a period of inactivity. By contrast, ordinary change is the gradual, mild reduction in peak capacity with age I've discussed, temporary dips with illness or inactivity that recover, and variation with how rested or well you are. So, a genuine, progressive decline in exercise tolerance beyond ordinary aging, especially with other symptoms, warrants checking, while mild age-related change or temporary dips that recover are usually ordinary. So, the progressive, unexplained nature and accompanying symptoms distinguish a meaningful decline. So, read a decline by its progression and company. So, a genuine progressive decline warrants checking. Let me explain why heeding a real decline matters. Because it's a valuable early sign. Heeding a genuine decline in exercise tolerance matters because it can be an early sign of heart, lung, or other conditions, caught while they're more manageable. Heart failure and coronary disease, for instance, often announce themselves partly through declining exercise tolerance, sometimes before other signs are obvious. So heeding it can lead to early diagnosis and treatment, which improves symptoms and outlook, as I've discussed. And catching lung conditions, anemia, or other causes early similarly helps. So rather than explaining away a real decline as just aging while a treatable condition progresses, heeding it and getting it checked can catch and treat problems early. So heeding a genuine decline in exercise tolerance can catch heart, lung, or other conditions early, when more manageable, improving outcomes, whereas explaining it away could let a condition progress. So heeding a real decline enables early diagnosis and treatment, so heeding this early sign genuinely matters. Let me be clear about what to do, because the response is important. See your doctor for a genuine progressive decline in your exercise tolerance, especially if it's more than you'd expect for your age, is ongoing over weeks or months, or comes with other symptoms: breathlessness at rest or lying flat, ankle swelling, fatigue, chest discomfort on exertion, palpitations, or dizziness. The doctor can assess you, examine your heart and lungs, and investigate to find the cause, heart, lung, anemia, thyroid, or other, and treat it. Seek prompt or emergency attention for severe or sudden breathlessness, chest pain on exertion, or the other emergency features I've discussed. And for a decline that's mainly deconditioning, gradual, supervised reconditioning, building up your activity as your doctor advises, can genuinely rebuild your exercise tolerance and benefit your heart. So, see your doctor for a genuine progressive decline in exercise tolerance, especially with other symptoms, to find and treat the cause, seek urgent care for severe breathlessness or exertional chest pain, and rebuild deconditioning with gradual activity. So get a real decline assessed and rebuild fitness where relevant, so the response is assessment and, where relevant, reconditioning. Let me stress the value of knowing your own baseline, because it makes this sign useful. Let me stress a practical point. This sign is most useful when you're aware of your own baseline and notice change from it. Because the decline can be gradual, it's easy to adjust your life around it, walking less, avoiding stairs, doing less, without noticing you've declined. So paying attention to what you can comfortably do and noticing if it's genuinely reduced from a few months or a year ago helps you catch a meaningful decline. If you find you're avoiding exertion because it makes you breathless or tired, that itself is worth noting and mentioning to your doctor. So being aware of your own exercise baseline and noticing genuine change from it rather than just adapting around it helps you catch this valuable early sign. So knowing your baseline and noticing change, rather than silently adapting, makes reduced exercise tolerance a useful early sign. So notice change from your own baseline, so awareness of your baseline makes this sign valuable. Let me paint you a quick picture of how this helps. Picture a man in his 70s who, over several months, has found himself getting breathless climbing the stairs he used to manage easily, and walking less because it tires him, which he's quietly put down to age, adapting his life around it without much thought. Understanding that a genuine, progressive decline in exercise tolerance can be an early sign of a heart or other condition, he pays attention, recognizes he's genuinely declined from a year ago, and sees his doctor who assesses him and finds early heart failure, which is then treated, improving his breathlessness, his exercise tolerance, and his outlook, caught earlier than it would have been had he kept explaining it away. In another version, the cause is a treatable lung condition or anemia, similarly caught early. The same man, but heeding his declining exercise tolerance rather than silently adapting, got a condition caught and treated early. That contrast is exactly why heeding this easily missed early sign matters. Let me speak briefly to those of you caring for an older parent or partner. Understand that a genuine, progressive decline in exercise tolerance, getting breathless or tired doing things that used to be easy, can be an early sign of heart conditions like heart failure or coronary disease, or of lung, anemia, or other problems, and is easily missed as people adapt around it. You can help by noticing if a loved one is doing less, avoiding stairs or exertion, or getting breathless more easily than before, and encouraging them to see the doctor for a genuine decline, especially with other symptoms like ankle swelling, fatigue, or chest discomfort on exertion. Seek urgent care for severe breathlessness or exertional chest pain. For deconditioning, support gradual reconditioning. Helping a loved one heed a real decline rather than silently adapting can catch and treat conditions early. So let me draw this all together. A noticeable, genuine decline in your exercise tolerance, getting breathless or tired doing things that used to be easy, or being able to do less than before, is an easily missed but valuable early sign, because exercise tolerance reflects how well your heart and lungs deliver oxygen during exertion. A real progressive decline can be an early sign of heart conditions like heart failure or coronary disease, for which it's a classic and often early feature, or of lung conditions, anemia, thyroid problems, or deconditioning. A meaningful decline, genuine, progressive, beyond ordinary aging, or with other symptoms like ankle swelling, fatigue, or chest discomfort on exertion warrants checking, while mild age-related change or temporary dips that recover are usually ordinary. Heeding a real decline enables early diagnosis and treatment. So, see your doctor for a genuine progressive decline, especially with other symptoms. Seek urgent care for severe breathlessness or exertional chest pain. Rebuild deconditioning with gradual activity, and know your own baseline so you notice change rather than silently adapting. So here's what I'll leave you with, straight and clear. First, understand that your exercise tolerance reflects how well your heart, lungs, and body deliver oxygen during exertion, so a genuine decline, getting breathless or tired doing things that used to be easy, means your capacity has fallen and can be a meaningful sign. Second, know the heart causes. Heart failure and coronary artery disease characteristically cause declining exercise tolerance, often as an early sign, along with rhythm and valve problems. Third, know the other causes. Lung conditions, anemia, deconditioning, and thyroid problems can also reduce exercise tolerance, so a decline warrants assessment to find the cause. Fourth, distinguish a meaningful decline, genuine, progressive over weeks or months, beyond ordinary aging, or accompanied by other symptoms like breathlessness at rest or lying flat, ankle swelling, fatigue, chest discomfort on exertion, palpitations, or dizziness, from ordinary mild age-related change or temporary dips that recover, and see your doctor for a meaningful decline to find and treat the cause, while seeking urgent care for severe or sudden breathlessness or chest pain on exertion. And fifth, know your own baseline and notice genuine change from it, rather than silently adapting your life around a decline, since this makes reduced exercise tolerance a valuable early sign. And for a decline that's mainly deconditioning, rebuild your exercise tolerance with gradual, supervised reconditioning, which benefits your heart. A genuine decline in exercise tolerance is an easily missed but valuable early sign of heart, lung, or other conditions, so heeding it and getting it checked can catch and treat problems early, which is well worth doing. So take care of yourself, know your baseline, heed a genuine decline, get it checked, and rebuild fitness where relevant. And because a real progressive decline in exercise tolerance can be an early sign of heart failure, coronary disease, or lung, anemia, or other conditions needing diagnosis, please treat a genuine decline in what you can do before getting winded, especially with other symptoms, as your reason to see your own physician, rather than silently explaining it away as aging and seek urgent care for severe breathlessness or chest pain on exertion.